Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio. Now, first things first, excuse me adjusting the mic. First things first, I did quite a bit of stuff off camera, which mostly involved going ahead and getting things built up. Because, as you know, hopefully, our plan is to get our big smelter up and running. But first things first, we are going to place down these solar panels that I made, because I made a bunch of stuff like preemptively. But yeah, these will mean that we have less energy coming from the steam engines, and that is actually very good, because if we put these down here and hover over these, you can see over there under working, it tells us that pollution is 30 per minute, which is pretty high. And that will make the alien bug things angry, and we want to try to avoid that. So basically, we are trying to get rid of as much pollution as possible, or stop producing as much pollution as possible. Now, our furnaces that we have, we can't really stop those from producing pollution until we have electric furnaces, which are pretty cool. But as of right now, we do not have those, so we just have to wait. What was I about to say? So we just have to wait till we're able to research those. Okay, that's it. Anyway, we're gonna wait for these to get finished building up. But as you can see, I have a bunch of fast transport belts, fast splitters. I don't have any underground conveyor belts, but I'm gonna make some of those right now. Have a bunch of filter inserters, quick inserters, long-handed inserters, all that good stuff. Bunch of furnaces. So, all that stuff. And so we're going to come down here, and initially I was going to put it right here, but then I realized the flaw in that plan was you can't actually have two arms, like a long-hand inserter and a quick inserter, going into the same furnace whenever the furnace is facing, like, sideways, because there's only one slot there, as far as I can tell. So we are going to be doing it down here. Now, these belts are not staying. These are just to tell me where is a good place to start putting things down. Because I just need to know. Okay, so that should be good. And these we'll put down there. But yeah, these are going to reach over. Actually, let's see how this will look. Because there's going to be two layers. So you'll be right there. And so on and so forth with those. And a filter inserter. And yeah, that's just how it's gonna go. So it's basically just gonna be this pattern repeated. So we have to figure out how much space is gonna take up. So we're gonna have 18 of these on each side. One side for copper, one side for iron. So I believe that's 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Yeah, so that's 18. Which means we can go through. And we'll do more stuff with these momentarily, but just for now, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all these extra ones. So I just realized something. Okay, never mind, I know how to fix it. So all the finished products are gonna come out from the middle here, and then they'll go onto this big branch thing that'll have like 4 lanes of different resources. And I was worried about this, because this is not removable until we get cliff explosives. I was worried about this blocking it, But what we're actually going to do is we're going to have this arc up here. Excuse me. Arc up here, and then it will continue to go right. So, yeah. So we're going to place these down. Then go ahead and place these down. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to place all these down. Shoot, wrong spot. Even though it technically doesn't matter, it's just, you know, OCD. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then we'll take these filter inserters, throw them down. Okay, there we go. And then all these are going to be here to grab the finished resources and put them on the main conveyor belt. Okay. And here we go. It's better to go ahead and have the red belts doing this instead of yellow belts, because then you'll be used to always having to build red belts versus having to build yellow belts, and then upgrading them in the future to red belts. It makes things easier in the long term, so that's what I always suggest doing. So these are going to grab from the furnaces on the other side, and this will... Actually, I'm not sure which side will do copper and which side will do iron, but... Okay, looks like that's everything. Okay. Is that? No, 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 no. It is like that. Okay. Very good. And so now... gonna have to place down some of these. And place down the filter inserters. Very good. And so these filter inserters are basically going to say which of the two ores these furnaces are going to get. So the long-headed inserters are going to be to grab fuel to fuel the furnaces, and the filter inserters are going to determine whether or not you get coal or iron. Which is why there's two separate belts in the middle. Okay, and then we run back up here into the second layer. Eventually this will all get expanded too, in the future whenever we get blue belts. Okay, and there we go. And then these are both gonna go up. Actually, first things first, these are both gonna have to turn this way. So we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, there we go. Alright, and this will basically recycle all the ore and everything like that. I'm still not sure where I'm going to insert the ore, though. We'll figure it out in just a minute. But yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And, and so now all these resources are going to get branched out. And I'll explain why in the future, but I promise it makes sense. Okay. Oh shoot, I totally forgot about something. Actually no, this side can stay the same. It's this side that's gonna change. So normally you wouldn't have it curved like this, but I just kinda did a little bit of sloppy planning. So now it looks like this. Okay, so I think this is a pretty clear path for a while. I wish there was a better place to put all this, but right now this is basically how it's gonna have to be. But yeah, that's basically the main setup of all this. And so ore will come into here, right? It'll get all smelted up and get put onto these center belts. And then the center belts, since copper and iron are the two most needed resources, these center belts, we'll send them out. And there will be these little tight spots. And these will run for, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it'll get bundled up into these little zones. And then get spread back out. And so these areas right here, are for taking these little splitters and branching resources off for production in these areas. So it means you basically build your entire production line off this. Now this is not how most people do it, but this is how I usually do it, and it seems to work out, at least in the short term. Eventually this will all be reworked, but that is pretty far down the line. Why are there 5 here? There shouldn't be 5, I just placed one too many. Boom, boom. So these are going to have output priority. You are going to be left. Oh, no, not that. Output priority right, and I think that's going to be good. And left. Okay. You two get built. And we'll come back to this probably in the next episode, actually, to get everything up and running. But I think to end off this episode, we are going to place down these solar panels. And then we'll get this whole grid up and running. Okay, there we go. That's our solar panel field. Okay. I don't really like I'm gonna distribute them differently to make them look nicer, actually. So, one block of each is going to overlap, which is fine, because we have, these are really cheap to make, so I'm not worried about wasting them. Okay. There we go. And so now this entire grid is online, and if we look here, you'll see that nothing is... Why do we only need... Oh, that's why. We're only using 102 kilobytes because of... So was it kilobytes? Kilowatts. Because of all this. All this is out, which means that nothing is working because nothing has their required resource. Okay, now everything should be getting back online. Now probably in the next episode, once we get all the ore running to here, all these furnaces up here will be gone. Only the electric drills will be left, but... Anyway, I thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!